What's going on, my crew? This is Rusty, and welcome to another episode of Rusty Builds. And in today's episode, we are going to go on the hunt for a jungle biome. This is going to be very, very, very carefully placed, and perhaps a long episode, perhaps a short episode. But we are going to have to be very cautious. And I meant to bring that brewing stand with us, and some gold, because I believe a glistering melon is going to require us to have gold nuggets. So I wanted to kind of chat with you guys a little bit about future builds, because this set of episodes we really haven't built much of anything, and I've shown you guys what the village looks like and all that stuff, but we haven't been really building, and that's because I really wanted to make sure that we got ourselves some solid healing in mind, making sure that we get our potions and everything in advancing, because in order for us to, and by the way, the FPSs may drop significantly as we generate new terrain, so just bear with me. So as when we get these potions up and running, and I get a pretty significant amount, it'll allow me to spend less time mining for gold and more time working on making farms and different things. When we don't have to worry about so much about regenerating our health and those types of things, it's going to allow us to be a little more risky, a little less cautious. We got a little lava. Just kind of pass by it. Get into the plains biome. So we got that on either side, which is pretty cool. And then we get this wide open space. Ooh! And then we have a desert. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. If we find a desert temple that can also, I believe, have melon seeds. And bones, so that we could grow the melons. Depends on how big that desert temple is. Is that? No, it's not. Okay. Alright. Sleepy bye time. Our bed. And this really was only a day's journey out. And if we were a little more direct about it, I bet you we could get there a little bit faster. Especially on a horse. Okay. Now, Desert Temple. This is awesome. This is sick. Oh, so one thing we do need to be careful in here. They're not going to throw anything at us, but husks live out here. And they don't need to worry about sunlight. So if we find a husk, then we are going to not be able to just run out into the desert. We'll have to face it head on. Okay. So just gotta be careful. These are actually really easy to deal with if you just don't, you know, screw up everything. As long as there's no, like, cave in the middle of it. So what I like to do is I like to grab all the TNT underneath and then pop that. Oh, wow. That was weird. Okay. Oh, enchanted golden apple. And a looting book and a saddle and some bones. That's good. Let's eat that right away. I don't know how much it's going to cure us for, though. Is it just 2? No, 3. 4. 5. Oh, we got a lot of regeneration there. That was a great find. Oh, so many emeralds. Yeah, let's take some string, just a little bit. Okay, but we did not find what we were looking for, so although our health is back up, and that's great, we still need to find melon seeds. So we're gonna go ahead and which direction was it that we came in? This way. Go ahead and leave. And where's the rest of the desert? Let's keep going south and stay a little bit consistent. So we know we need to go a little bit that way. Oh, we have fire resistance as well. Just to talk about a little bit about some lore in Minecraft. So I learned that creepers are more than likely made of plants. Was watching some game theory stuff, which is pretty cool. And I found out that Mojang actually says that Minecraft is set in the medieval times, which doesn't really add up and make a lot of sense. But since they're the creators of the game, you kind of have to take their word for it. But I wanted to offer sort of a different sort of thing while we're talking. Might as well theorize while we're walking here. They may be set in the medieval times, but what if it's the medieval times in a different, like a different sort of timeline, you know? So some of the things that we sort of know, I think that's another village right there, is that there's minecarts and stuff. So obviously it's not in the medieval times. And we also know that our character, Steve and Alex, they start off with a different style clothes other than that sort of timeline, like t-shirt, jeans, which may represent us going into that sort of area. But I feel like that's a cool mountain right there. I feel like what really is going on there is that we are in a world that, like I've talked about before. Oh, this cartography tab. Oh, sweet. There's a ton of empty maps here. Oh, we're gonna want to use that on the way home. Is that another map place? I think it is. We might be able to get a bunch of maps. We're at a different timeline than what you might usually see. And part of that means that our character is a different being, obviously, than these testificates. But maybe a remnant of something that has been left. And so my theory is, based on what I watched with the game theories episode on creepers. My theory is that creepers were created, or perhaps evolved, into what they are now. And that this mountain looks so cool, but it is not what I want to see right now. Alright, we're gonna have to go north. When creepers blew up some of the people, my theory is that caused them to turn into the zombies and the skeletons and things like that. Because basically you're either going to turn into the plant formation of the creeper, which then blows up and spawns more creepers, or you're going to end up turning into a zombie, which is basically like the creepers that or the people that died, but they may not have turned into creepers. Like, they may not have turned into the plant that is the creeper. Or maybe the creeper grows on you and then pulls itself away and you become a zombie and they become a creeper. Alright, what's in here? Poisonous potato, leather cap, and more suspicious stew. Okay. Okay, I'm getting very frustrated, to be honest. Can't find a single rainforest. What I really want is a rainforest jungle biome. So we got desert, 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 no jungle. So, I don't know, guys. I think I might have to stop the episode here and sort of search off camera, because if it's gonna take a while, then, you know, I want to be able to save my voice. You can't tell if that's a jungle temple or a village. We'll check that out before we go. It's just there's a lot to edit down in this episode already, and I don't want to keep filming if we're not going to find one anytime soon. It's a necessary part of the process, and once I find one, then I can hit the record button and bring you guys back and all of that stuff. But until then, I think we're gonna call it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back once I find it. And until next time, happy mining and crafting.